Hello Scrappy friends, welcome to day 4 of 31 days of cut files. I'm just showing you the leaves here from this stitched leaves cut file from Confession of a Paper Addict, COAPA. There are 4 leaves in this cut file. I'm just using these 2 and I've cut them a few times, and just showing you all the different green inks that I have pulled out for this. I'm spraying the inks onto my Tim Holtz craft mat. And then I'm just gonna squish the leaves into the ink to pick it up and colour the leaves, hoping to get different like colours of ink until that bit there where I just mix all the different colours together, and that whole idea of having different colours goes out the window. I think next time I do this, I'll do a layer and then let that dry and then add another colour as another layer, rather than doing it the way I've done it here, because I just end up with mostly one colour. I mean, you see on the dried leaves you can see the different colours, and you can see the oxide from the peeled paint oxide a bit better. I am using Chamel Never Grow Up Again here. I just thought with the leaves this collection went really well, and who doesn't love a wood grain? Just sketching out the plan. Do this sometimes. Sometimes I use a pre-done sketch that I found. Sometimes I'll sketch something out from the idea. I've done a lot of horizontal layouts recently, so I wanted to do a bit of a vertical, sort of cut it, break it up a little bit, still have the horizontal but have a vertical line on it as well, and that's where the sketch came from. I do decide that I have cut this strip too short, so I stick it back together again and put the photo on, and then cut it with the photo placed where I want it, so I know exactly how much I need. Just checking the width of the card of the paper there. I do actually end up cutting this wrong too. Cut it too wide. So yeah, I do end up taking a bit off. You wouldn't believe I measured that first strip to make sure I got it right as well. So there we go, I've got my wood grain and then the background. So I cut my background strip and then decide I actually cut it too narrow, so I pick the off-cut piece up and I'm happier with that. Just going through the papers here, I knew instantly the title for this page is Never Grow Up. It's a picture of Mr. Ding messing about behind some flowers on a table in a coffee shop when we were waiting for the others for coffee club a couple of weeks ago. He's doing his best David Bellamy impression, for UK friends that are old enough to know what I'm on about. And so yeah, that's what he's doing there. I'm just cutting a piece of the foam, a few of the foam thickers off, and leaving them on the adhesive, the backing, the release paper, that's the word I'm looking for, and so I can make sure I'm happy with the placement. So these cut apart cards, I wanted this lined journaling box for my journaling, but I didn't want the bits around it. Nothing wrong, it would have gone well with a different page, but I knew I wanted that strip of lined print paper, and the rest of what was on there wasn't really what I was looking for, so I trimmed those bits off. I'm here now with the cut files. I did go away and stitch these cut files watching Star Trek Voyager. We are a bit sci-fi nuts, can you tell? So yeah, stitch these watching the TV. Oh, and a bit of Rookie Feds as well. So just having a play now with the placement. I know I want them going down this strip along this edge of the paper. That's what I planned right from the beginning. I don't want them hanging off the edge because of where the stitching is. You'll end up cutting through the threads, you've got the risk of it all unravelling. So I do decide to do them top and tail, where I'm tucking the stems underneath. I've done a mix as well on these of back stitch and split stitch, I think I did. So yeah, I've done a mix of back stitch and split stitch. A split stitch is basically what back stitch looks on the reverse, if you get your stitch right through the middle of the thread. So yeah, that's, I think it was split stitch. Yeah, it was split stitch. Just sticking all those pieces down now before I come in and do the rest of the embellishing. Just know that I'm happy with the placement. I'm using my wet glue for the leaves because it's going to be sticking onto the foam, and I thought that'd be easier than trying to mess with the ATG onto there as well. This is a pack of the embellishments. It's a mix between all the different packs of embellishments that came with this collection that have just ended up all together from left over from each of them. So yeah, just pulling out the flowers that had ended up mixed in with everything else. I do have a full pack of the floral ephemera still, but these are the bits that are left over from other layouts from the first pack. Do, as you can see, add to the cluster there on the right with some of the florals, and then sticking my leaves together. Decide I've done them too far apart, so thankfully Tombo's not completely set at that point. I could still pull it off, and then I do trim off this ephemera here, this floral, because I just wanted the head, and it's no point sticking that under the leaves. And yeah, just doing the top part. Now where the Never Grows Up goes on top of that journaling block, I don't like the bit of space between the journaling block and the title, so I do pop this label sticker in from the sticker sheet, and just kind of gives a little bit of interest. It's not just like, oh, I forgot to cover that spot up, kind of, which is how it felt. And it felt like, in Shamel's words, trapped space, whereas if I put something in there, it didn't feel like that. Yeah, so just adding some florals between the leaves up there and sticking the rest down, making sure everything's stuck. It's in a minute the camera stopped and I didn't realise it had stopped, so we're going to jump from me making sure everything's stuck down and checking if there's any more stickers I want to add, to confetti. So yeah, I've added another floral, which you just saw me before the video changed, with a word over it as well, Simple Joys. I've also added some sequins along the left side of the leaves on the right, and then scattered around the cluster on the bottom left, around the leaves on the left, sorry. Yeah, the leaves on the right, the left side of them. And now I love Shamel's collections for these buttons with the epoxy in. So I did 3 of them in my 3 cluster spots, and I'm just, the leaves and the stickers and florals around where those buttons are tucked in, because it has lifted them, so just popping some 3D foam in to the back of the embellishment clusters around that, so it's, you know, not lifted really bad. We're coming to the end now. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Say hi in the comments, love to hear from you. And there is a playlist with MK and Janet, who has organised 31 days of cut files, and I'll pop a link to the playlist and the Facebook group in the description. Thanks for watching, have a great day, bye bye.